Thanks for joining us. Today was spectacular in the garden. Near 80 and sunny. 2 weeks ago we had snow. You can see the beating the roses took over the winter. We had some temperatures in the teens, and that cold weather did cause some dieback. So we're going to talk pruning today. I love my trusty tarp and gloves. I take this material down to the curb. One thing you certainly want is a yardstick to determine how long your canes are going to be after pruning. You want shears, you want to sharpen them if you can. And then to prevent disease from bush to bush, just some rubbing alcohol. Dipping your loppers or your pruners in that will disinfect it and you'll be ready to go. So you don't need a lot of tools, but tarp, gloves, shears, and the first thing you look for, dead canes. A lot of times it's obvious like this. If it's green, it's good. If it's not, it's dead. This is quite obvious right here. The winter can do quite a bit of damage. The bush is not dead, but you'll lose some canes. When you look at the garden, I generally are aiming for about 24 to 30 inches. It will be a lot determined by what actually dies in the winter. So prune back until you get green or healthy wood. Another little trick is, as you prune, look at the inside of the cane. If it's brown or dark, that cane is dying. If it's a white pith, it's good. And you want to try to get that bud eye that I'm pointing there. An outward facing cane, prune back to green, and an outward facing bud eye, and that will be a really good thing to do. And don't hesitate. If you see anything dead, cut it out. It seems harsh, but look at some of these canes. They're very, very long, and it's obviously that they're not doing well. So prune out anything that's dead, cut back to green. I aim for about 2 to 3 feet. That's going to really depend on where you live, but you can never go wrong by pruning out the dead canes back to green. Eventually, it'll look something like this. I prune one of them, and then I use that as a guide for the rest of the bush. I'm not measuring each one. We're not doing carpentry here. I just give it a guide, and that will be the guide for the rest of the bush. Eventually, with time, it takes me a good hour per bed. I've got 7 beds, and this is what it looks like after about a half an hour. You can see the roses in the front are looking all tidy, and the ones at the back need it. Sometimes you're going to have to pull out more than shears, the loppers for those bigger, thicker canes. And after about an hour, this is what it looks like. You'll notice some bushes are still closer to 3 feet because they were very healthy through the winter. Other ones immediately next to it, different variety, don't look as good. Hot Princess looks great. Gemini took a beating over the winter. This is what it looks like on the tarp. So that's about an hour's worth of work. I've got another bed to do, and I'll have an update on that tomorrow.